Hey, what's up out there? It's David Cravens back again with the Relentless Hope Podcast. And you know who I got over here? I got my beautiful, savage
It's different every time.
wife,
What's up, everybody?
Jahnna Cravens. Can you handle your intro? How are you doing, young lady?
I don't think of myself as an angel.
She's my angel. She's my little bad angel. Little smacky wacky.
She's got some issues.
What's up, babe?
I am so happy to be here today. I feel like
Yes.
we haven't seen Tim in
Yeah, it feels like we haven't been in the 239 Live studios down here in sunny Southwest Florida. We got my boy Timmy G, Tim Jarrett, over on the controls. Give Tim something on there. Yeah! Woo! Tim down here going the extra mile for us. We love him as he always does. He's our buddy. He's not just a client, he's also a member. No, I'm just kidding. He's my man. That's why we love him. He goes the extra mile and does everything for us.
Yes, he does.
Even when he doesn't have to. He does that for everybody. That's kind of his MO.
Yes,
He's,
he does.
They broke the mold when they made that fella Tim Jarrett. They really did. No, I do love him, no. So we are back, if you can't tell by this hat right here.
Come on.
This Texas Rangers hat, straight from Dallas, Fort Worth, where we got the opportunity to go. One of our last podcasts where we were talking about how we were getting ready to fly out to the XO marriage retreat for Valentine's Day. And we are back to let you know how it went. How'd it go, babe?
It was amazing. It was, your eyes look so blue with that shirt.
They call me.
Very nice. Very nice.
Shark tail. Jahnna says I have shark eyes.
He does, because he does this reckless eyeball.
She
where he
says
looks
when I
me
look to the
sideways.
side, she calls me, don't shark eye me.
Don't shark eye me, bro.
But
What's happening?
so tell us.
I don't think I'd ever been to Texas, first of all. And I was smitten with it. I really liked it.
Smitten.
I was smitten.
Well, let me tell you about our trip to Texas. We were leaving Fort Myers, Florida,
Oops.
and
Just tell them the truth.
yeah, we always get searched at the airport. Always, it's just
It happens.
we kind of make a joke out of it, but it always happens to us. We get pulled to the side. So we go through on the way there. We're like, "Do you think we'll get searched or pulled over?" And John was like, "I don't know, maybe not." I go, we'll see." Went through. Of course, when I travel really easy. I always have like Adidas pants on,
Comfy.
shoes I can slip off, no belts, nothing in my backpack, just so I can slide through because I already know how this is going to go. And so we get through there. Well, the guy goes through and he's like, I go through the little thing. We got to do that. He's like, "Is this you?" And I turned around. I go, "No, that's a stick
went
figure."
through there.
But if you're referring, if that's supposed to be me, the stick figure, I guess. He goes, "Well, it's showing hot here and this and this." I go,
And what area was that?
"It was in my groins." And I said, "Well, buddy, ain't nothing down there. You know what I mean?
Nothing that's not supposed to
A
be.
concealed weapon."
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. But anyway, so he
PG.
pulled me over, searches me. He doesn't find anything. He don't have anything. So I'm getting through. Meanwhile, Jahnna's coming in her stuff. Then they pull us over to the side.
Yeah, but for the first time, they weren't doing the whole.
To her, they wasn't going all through her hair. They'd already checked me and did all that. They pull her over and they start tearing her bag apart. And they're like, "Do you have any weapons?" John was like, "No, I took my weapons out of there." So they detain us, pull us over here, keep us here.
Yeah.
And at first I'm laughing about it, made a video, detained at the airport. And then as time went on, I started to get irritated because I'm like,
I kept searching my
I don't
purse,
got
searching
no-
my purse.
Yeah,
X-ray,
they're searching it. They're
X-ray.
going through. They take it back. I'm like, "Hey,
Yeah,
that
but at
wasn't
that
it."
moment, I was like, okay, because
I
we
was like-
worked a very long day.
Yeah,
and I packed at midnight. So then I always know, take my weapons out of my purse. So I made sure that I did that. Well, I apparently missed.
Well, yeah.
one
So
little
I'm
thing.
asking her because Jahnna keeps a knife. So she always got to have a knife.
Maybe a
Well,
couple.
let me tell you. So, so they keep going through. Well, the purse they're tearing apart wasn't cheap. I bought it. And so I'm like, "Hey man, go a little easier on that, bro, and whatever." So after about 10, 15, 20 minutes, I started getting irritated. Like, "Man, what are we doing here?" They're going through it. So finally he comes up and he's like, "We're looking for a knife."
And David, of course, looks at me.
I look
and
at
go,
Jahnna. Jahnna goes, I took it out. Well, she has a knife buried in her makeup bag that they couldn't even find. I'm like, boy, she was really going to get to that one in a fight, wasn't she, Tim?
I would have.
She didn't even know it was in there, and they couldn't find. Like, hold on, give me 30 minutes. I'm gonna stab you. I'll be back right here in a little bit, right? And anyway, so we got detained. They found the knife, but
and I had to leave the knife.
So we're on our way to a marriage conference, and before we ever get on the plane, we're already arguing. I'm like, well, we look like here. We're making a joke about it. You got a knife in your purse, but anyway, so
come on. I'm not the only woman with knives in her purse. Come on.
But I'd ask you, did you take it out?
And I told you I took it out. I just forgot the other one.
Anyway, so they found the knife. They go, do you want to go put it back on? She's like, no, I got other ones. Just throw it away.
I have one for every purse.
So we get in. So we probably didn't talk to each other for about 10 minutes in the airport where we're sitting.
No, we were sitting back to back, and he goes, he's sitting on one side, I'm sitting on the other side because he's yelling at me, and I'm like, just shut up.
I never yelled, by the way.
And then he goes, what are we in third grade? I'm like, we're in whatever we're in right now, my guy.
And so, but we got detained and treated like criminals because I guess we were criminals.
Because I had a knife.
A knife that she didn't know she had in her bag.
I really didn't.
But anyway.
Because I don't like leaving my knife.
So now we get on the plane, which that was good, the flight. I'll give the pilot, everybody was scared, like, oh, we're going to get on this flight. And I told a lady, I said, well, God's not done with me yet, so you don't have to worry about it. I still got a lot of stuff I need to do for God, so we're going to be fine on this flight. And she's like, I feel better now that you said that. But I was being serious.
Yeah.
And so the flight's good. The pilot wasn't the best landing. I like to grade the pilots by landing. He got about a C-, but
it was a little bit of a hard landing.
And so then we get into Texas, and this is where Texas lied to me because we left Southwest Florida and it was 86 degrees. We got off in Texas and it was 26 degrees. And all I had on was a little shirt and my little sweatpants.
Yeah.
And it was cold.
We weren't prepared for that.
No, I wasn't prepared. I should have looked ahead. But anyway, we were so excited.
I did look ahead, but it didn't say 26.
Right.
And I had sweats on, that Adidas sweatsuit. And it was a little chilly, not gonna lie. And the airport was getting remodeled outside.
Yeah. Oh,
so they couldn't even tell us where to catch a
Uber
or a Lyft.
And so then we go downstairs, upstairs. That's a whole nother thing. I'm hungry by now. So anyway, we get there, but now we're excited because we're in Texas and we're going to go to the XO Marriage Conference. And Jimmy Evans is going to be there, and I'm excited, and John is excited. And it's Valentine's Day and everything. So we get to our little Airbnb. It was perfect.
It was so
nice neighborhood.
Yes.
Just the Uber driver was amazing. His name was Danny, I remember.
Yeah. And she let us come in early at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Our Airbnb let us get in early because she knew he was going to be tired because we worked so much going to it, getting ready to go.
So we
had some long
food.
days. Yeah, we ordered some food.
Which was slamming.
Kicked back. Took a nap, and then we got up, and the Planet Fitness was 0.06 miles away.
Guess where we went?
We went to the Planet Fitness on Thursday night, put in a good workout.
2 hours.
Got back home, rested up because we were ready.
Mm-hmm.
And
took
showers, got ready. So we got up the next morning, Valentine's Day. I released the video. If you haven't checked it out, the I Need Love remix for Jahnna that morning. Released it.
Amazing, by the way. He killed it.
Got a few haters immediately. Annoying, but
jealous.
Yeah, but so anyway, we did that, and then we get to we take another lift that morning and really get to speak into the guy's life.
Yeah.
He's like, you're going to church? And
yeah.
He was from India, and we're like, yeah.
He was super cute.
Yeah, super nice little guy, man. And he got like teary-eyed, and we're telling him our story. This went on the whole weekend of us with Lyft drivers. Like, God put all these Lyft drivers that we really got to speak in to their lives, praying for people. It was really good. So, and then we get to the event. As soon as we walk in, the security guard that's checking bags and stuff, she was so cool, but she noticed our tennis shoes. Cool. It's like, oh, I love your guys' tennis shoes. And she had on some Jordans, and she's like, I'm just getting in the shoe game. So we started talking about shoes, and she went through our stuff, and she's like, I'm going to follow you on Instagram.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my gosh, 166K.
She's like, what is happening?
She's like, what is happening right now? Oh my gosh. And
she was super cool.
Yeah. And then we get in and we see Kimmy gets us in. She's amazing.
Shout out to Kimmy.
Yeah, shout out. None of that would have been possible without Kimmy getting us in. And we love you, Kimmy.
Yes.
And she gives us our passes. Then we get to see Eric Kennedy from the Recovery Vow.
And his wife.
And his wife, I think her name's Kristen, and that we met in Atlanta. We had already met him at the XO. got to take a picture with them talking, which we seen them all over the weekend. And then, of course, we hit the merch booth. And
wreaked havoc.
Yeah, reaped havoc, bought some books and clothes we already had and some more.
Yes.
And then...
And speaking of books, I got to pause there because I got this one that's called Fighting for the Soul of Your Child, which is a practical guide to biblical parenting, which it was amazing how much I needed this because I came home to a little youngster.
a little craziness.
That was right on time. Thank you, Jimmy and Karen.
Yes. Another book wrote by the family at XO Marriage, Jimmy and Karen. I think their daughter has something to do with that one, doesn't she also?
Yes, Julie. She wrote part of this with them.
Any of their materials are going to change your life at XO.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, any of them. You guys know the story, which I'll get into it here in a minute, of Marriage on the Rock, the book. So we get in our seats just like from here to the camera is how far we are from the stage. Like Kimmy hooked it up.
Third row seats.
Yeah, third row, right where you want to be. The band, the praise and worship band was off the chain. I mean, there's kids jumping around. It was crazy.
Talented.
The first speaker, I can't remember who the first speaker is. And I'm sorry if I can't remember you.
Hold, please.
Oh, Jahnna took notes.
Like the good girl. Dr. Les Perot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dr. Les.
I forgot.
He was good though. Now I remember.
Yeah, he was amazing.
And then so after the first speaker,
the ingredients of romantic love was the topic.
That was it. I didn't remember that, but that was it.
You're welcome.
And then we went back. And then when we took a break, we're out there. And usually Jimmy doesn't come in. He's usually not like the second speaker. He's like usually the last day or a couple times. And we're out there. We meet some friends. We're talking. And then I'm like, oh, my gosh, Jimmy's on. So we run in, and he does his thing, as always. Awesome message. And then the day goes on. Countless great speakers. And then we're getting to meet different people.
Yeah.
Because Kimmy had us hooked up where we could go up into the VIP thing. So we're up there.
Lounge.
And just all day, man. There's so much. We'd be here all day. I want to touch on some of the weekend, but all the speakers are good. Then you take, you're sitting there and praise and worship speakers. You go out. And when I first seen Kimmy, I said, hey, I got to have Jimmy sign this book. Kimmy, I got to, because it changed my life. It went through a hurricane of marriage. You guys know the story, all our listeners. It went through the hurricane of Ian. It was the only book because it was on that survived.
Yep.
And
it meant a lot to us.
And I XO Marriage and Marriage Today, back in the day, what they were, has changed our life. We regurgitate it. We live by the 4 laws. Everything. Yes. You guys know everything that we say all the time. And I mean, even this shirt, marriage works 100% of the time if you do it God's way. That's what Jimmy Evans says. It. We swear by it. I've adopted it. And that's what we
share
do.
It with everybody else.
Yeah. So we're there, and the day goes on, and Kimmy says, well, hey, I have where you guys get to come to the dinner upstairs tonight. It's going to be a really great dinner and intimate and X amount of people.
For all the partners
that give. Because we support Marriage Today. That's one of our ministries that we give to monthly.
Absolutely.
But because we believe in it. So we get up to the dinner, and we come walking in. There's Brent Evans, man. Shout out Brent. He's cool as a cucumber, man.
Such a nice
Just an
guy.
Awesome dude. That's Jimmy's son. He's a CEO. He's has been forever. He's the one who started the XO Marriage Conference. Was Brent?
Yeah, that was his baby.
His baby. So, but anyway, so Brent's there, and he's just everybody's being cool. Eric Kennedy's up there, and Kimmy, and just some other people. As soon as we walk in, somebody's like, "I love your shirts. Where can we get them?" And they go follow on our stuff. Just everybody's just awesome. And then I look over, and I felt we had a moment. Tim, you sleeping? You better listen to this. Tim's over here sleeping right now.
Tim, he needs another round of coffee.
Tim, we're here to talk about me tonight, Tim. Drink a Clean Claws. Clean. Now you got me calling them Clean Claws. Clean Cause.
Oh, my
Cause
gosh.
it's for a good cause. 50% of the net profits go to drug recovery. Slammed it. Tim's got this day proof. I can slam it. The timer don't fall. The lights are doing good.
All the things
that
Tim
was
has to
all
worry
for
about
me,
with you.
baby. A lot of trips to Lowe's to keep things from falling when I walk in. See, I woke him up. He was sleeping over there. Anyway,
He's had a long day, buddy.
I'm just playing. But and so Jimmy, I look over.
There
I look at John. I was like, "There's Jimmy Evans. He's right there."
Right.
I've seen this guy on my TV forever. And when we've seen him live in Atlanta. Anyway, so here we're getting
our vows.
we redid our vows at the conference. But anyway, so we're there. And now we're in a room like this close. And I'm like, but I don't want to tackle him. You know what I mean? He's probably a big fella too. He's kind of taller than me.
And you're like staring at
and
him.
I'm looking at him, but I
not
don't want to make it
stare.
weird. You know what I mean? I'm like, and so I was giving some shark eyes.
Taking the picture and going.
Yeah, I was doing a little something. No, I didn't. But he was sitting we were sitting at this table. He was sitting at this table. And Kimmy, we were sitting at our own table. Then Kimmy had us come over.
So just for everybody out there watching this is like.
Hey, watch this.
Yeah, Tim needs one of these. Here, Tim, I'm going to throw this to you.
Clean cloth.
This is like, it's like being able to meet your hero, you know, and just being kind of overwhelmed at that moment. Like, he's right there.
Mm-hmm. And anybody knows me, I'm soft as a cotton. Like, I ain't scared to cry. I mean, that's how you know God's real and life changes, because you know what I mean? Even in the last 2 years, I've softened up more and changing my shortcomings and trying to work on them. But he's right there at the table eating. Well, he gets up and we all go in like a buffet style thing, you know, gets it. And he's like, come on, are we eating? You know, he goes through, sits down and I'm like looking over there.
What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
He put the shirt on.
We got to walk it right here in the middle of the thing.
What's up, my guy?
This guy's crazy. Give Blake a shout out. It's his
Where am I gonna sit?
Relentless Blake. Hey, you're gonna be on the next one if you get out of this
one. You guys are awesome.
That was great. That was great.
It's good to see you, Blake.
I'm gonna use that as a real break.
Yeah, buddy.
Like
he wants to get on.
That was good. So we're there, and he's like, that was funny. He had all the Relentless Hope stuff on. That was a good one,
It was
Blake.
like Bob came to life.
I know. That's what I looked. I thought it was Bob. It caught me off guard there for a minute.
like,
That's a good
Bob?
costume he was wearing.
Oh, Blake's trip.
So we're looking there, and we sitting there, and I go to walk to throw my plate away, and he kind of tapped me. I was like, hey.
Yeah, he gave you the pat.
I was like, hey, Jimmy. Hey, sir. And he's like, how you doing, buddy?
David's starstruck.
Yeah, but he's so like humble and kind. He's like that. And anyway, we eat dinner. Brent gets up and gives the vision for XO, which I'll get into.
He did very good.
Oh yeah, Brent's cool, man. Just an awesome guy.
Yeah.
And he gets up and you know, the mantle. Jimmy's kind of not going to be doing. They're not going to be doing XO conferences anymore. I think Jimmy's in more of his. Pastor Jimmy's into more of his tipping point, which is if you're into, you know, the end times and Bible teaching, he's got, you know, that. And Brent's shifting XO to it's got a different vision, you know, it's more digital.
To reaching the
It's
younger.
more things going on and reaching marriage and saving it as a whole. And so Brent got up and kind of gave his thing that he was going to have to give at the conference, you know, the vision to us ahead of time, which he did amazing. And we're done. And then Kimmy was like, okay. She's like, you know, Pastor Jimmy, can I introduce you to somebody? And now I'll get teary-eyed. But anyway, she introduces me, and he's like, okay. And I start telling him our story. You know, hey, we were going to get divorced. I read Marriage on a Rock and showed him the book.
Yeah,
and
if
we're
you go on
there,
our stuff, you'll see.
Yeah,
the
if you
pictures.
go on our page, you can see the
meaningful.
pictures where I'm talking to him. I start crying. He gets teary-eyed.
Yeah.
Jahnna's crying, and he looks at the book. He goes, "Well, this has been read, hasn't it?" And I go, "It's been read a couple of times, you know." And anyway, so it goes on, and he signs the book, which is going to be in a shadow box, which wrote us a really good message that he was proud of us, and we were proof that marriage works, you know, and if you do it right and do it God's way, and just really got to have a good little conversation with him, and then got a good conversation with Brent, and probably was talking his ear off, you know me, when I get excited. You don't believe I was talking a lot, do you, Tim? And they were probably like, whoa, slow down, buddy. But no, he's
trying to figure you out.
Yeah, he was trying to figure me out, I think. But really cool.
It was just impactful. It was an impactful moment because sometimes you wonder if people know how much they mean to you or how much they've helped you and how much you appreciate that. So for us to be able to let him know, hey, we are a product of all your time and your energy and, you know, what you do. So for us, that just meant a lot.
And that product started, you know, 10 years ago and it's still going on to this day.
Yeah.
You know, to anybody out there that thinks, you know, they see John and I, you know, pictures of us or we're going here, we don't got it all figured out. You know, There's problems 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago. We're working on it every day because, good marriages aren't just found, they're made,
They're
you know what I
made.
mean? And so we've had to work on things have happened, had to go back and rework on things. So if we can do it, anybody can do it.
Right.
And that's why we do this. And Pastor Jimmy, that's why they do it. And Brent, that's why he does it. And they want to see,
and his wife.
because the family unit is so important.
Absolutely.
And for the kids to save.
Because what does the devil do? He comes to steal, kill, and destroy.
He didn't show up until
Comes after
even
marriages.
Adam and Eve were together,
Yeah.
And so we got that. So went home on, we went back in and then some speakers, and then the night was getting long, and then we went back home. And
Oh, what about our one friends we met? It was their anniversary.
oh,
so
that was
we
the
bought
next day. Yeah, that was the next day.
No, that was that day.
Was
that
it?
was Friday. Yeah, a lot
Oh,
happened.
yeah, that
It
was
a
Friday.
lot.
Yeah, we met Ben. His name was Ben.
Yes.
I think Ben. Yeah, Ben.
Yeah. We met so many people.
Yeah, we met so many cool people, but we got pictures with them, and it was like our little crew. It was their anniversary, so we got to eat lunch with them and take care of them. And then we went home, went to bed. We were tired.
You were exhausted.
My little, wasn't no kids in the Airbnb, and it was Valentine's Day.
Yeah, baby.
Might have not lasted long, but it was fun. Just kidding.
Oh,
I'm just playing.
Yeah, it was a great weekend.
But no, yeah, it was a great
5
weekend.
days.
Yeah, and our Airbnb was beautiful.
It was
Had a beautiful
yes.
shower. I love the shower. But and anyway,
What happens in Texas stays in
what happens in
Texas.
Texas stays in Texas. It's a Longhorn. Everything's bigger in Texas till I arrive. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
Hey, the Relentless Hope Podcast. We have fun. But they had fun at the marriage conference too, boy.
Oh yeah.
The guy
my
who was
gosh.
emceeing it, I always forget his name, and he was great in Atlanta too.
Oh, he's so
No,
funny.
he was
Dang.
funny. Yeah, it was funny. But so the next day we get up, we get back, we go, and then they start with speakers, having fun. We see Brent. He's like, "Hey guys," I'm like, "Oh man."
Yeah, he taps
He's like,
on
"What's
shoulder.
up to hey guys?" So kind of got that little thing going on. Another awesome day. Finished up.
Got to renew our vows.
Great conference. Renewed our vows.
Our favorite speaker. We got to
Yeah,
hear him
Dan
too.
Liam. Oh my
Dan
gosh, Dan Liam is good,
He
man.
is so good.
Dan Liam is so if you want to see, I don't care if you don't even like preaching, but you want to see a great preacher, Dan Liam. He is an Asian guy, and he starts off and he's like, "My parents are from China. That's why my face looks like this." But he talks Australian. He goes, "But I grew up in Australia. That's why my voice sounds like the crocodile hunter." And just an amazing speaker. He's one of our favorites.
He's great.
He was there.
But what he spoke about was right on time for us.
Oh,
you know?
stress. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
talking about being stressed, like your kids stress you out, work stress you out. Because
We're getting older.
leading up to leaving to go to this conference, man, we were under some stress, working like, well, man, we might not even go. You know what I mean? And money looking funny, change looking strange, but anyway, God always comes through. And sometimes God will give you the shovel, but you got to dig the hole.
Got to dig.
God will give you the shovel, but you got to dig the hole. And so we were like, we're going no matter what. Nothing's going to stop us.
no.
Not even if they detain us at the airport, because my wife forgot to take out her third knife. But so
At least I did. At least put the gun up.
so we get there. So we get done that day, and we get to stay till Tuesday, and it finished on Saturday. So Sunday we worked out and some stuff, just kind of relaxed.
Saturday, yeah, we went to eat.
Yeah,
and then we
went
went
to
back.
eat, came back, and then Monday.
No, Sunday we went to the
Stockyards?
Stockyard. Oh,
Man, yeah, we went to the
we had some
stockyards.
steaks.
Yeah, went and had steaks. Got to see the cattle.
Carriage ride.
Got the kids. We got everybody. I don't want to say this. I ain't gonna say it. I'll say everybody important gifts. I'm just kidding.
Don't do that.
That was a joke. But went down there, did a little shopping, got to see all that. If you've never been to Texas, you gotta go to the stockyards.
Yeah. Oh.
Is it stockyard? Yeah, not stockade.
Yeah, you said it's not the stockade.
not the
Let's go on to the
stockade's out
stockade.
on Ortiz where they put you in jail.
No, but it's this huge strip, and it's got stores and restaurants. Oh my gosh,
It's really cool.
Best
I'd
steak.
say, Tim, if you've never been there, it's equivalent to like Broadway in Nashville,
But
even
way
cooler. But
better.
it's like that kind of feel,
way better.
Anyway, so we went down and did that and met
could
some
ride
friends down
horses.
there,
Yeah, we
rode
rode
in a
horse and
stagecoach,
carriage.
met some more friends. And then we get picked up on the way home in the lift.
Mm-hmm.
And we're driving, and just, you know me, I talk to everybody.
You don't meet a stranger.
Yeah, I don't meet a stranger. So I like to know people's stories. So every Lyft driver, I'm like, how long you been doing this? Where are you from? You know, do you like Texas? Every person I met, you know how when you're in Florida and you say, where are you from? Nobody's from here. You are, but there's not very many. Every person I met from Texas is like, no, I'm born and raised around here. From here I go. Must be pretty good if ain't nobody leaving. You know what I mean? And so obviously, you know me, I was already looking at property and stuff in Texas. I'm like, I like this place.
Yeah, he was.
And
he was
so
on Zillow.
we start going and we start talking to this girl, and small talk, and she's nice and funny.
Yeah,
and
because she let us know that she was a single mom
Yeah,
and had raised
her kids, and she's kind of
3
telling us
girls
her
by
story.
herself.
And, you know, da da da. And then we just started talking, and then, you know, God just told me some things to tell her, and she started crying, and we were just speaking into her life, and she's like, you guys don't know how bad I needed you to be in this
She
lift
said, "I had a
tonight.
bad
I had the
day."
worst day, and I haven't had this kind of hope in a while. And we prayed for her, and it was just really like the simple stuff like that made it the trip even more awesome. You know what I mean? And
just showing people that you care.
showing people that they're important,
and giving messages.
and
of hope.
that God, you know, sends 2 misfits from Florida to give you hope in this lift. That's how much He loves us.
Yeah.
He'll send somebody at that direct time to tell you that He loves you. Yeah.
Yep.
And so we spent the next couple days, or that day we went to the stockyards. Monday, I was like a little kid.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
So every time I've watched a video for the XO Marriage
we went to
headquarters,
work out first, then we went to stockyard.
Yeah, we went and worked out, and then went there. But the XO Marriage headquarters. So Kimmy had set up where we could go tour the place. And again, to anybody who knows us and knows our story, that's like going to your favorite museum or whatever.
Disney World.
Yeah, it's the only building that has Marriage on the side of it. And we went there. As soon as we pull in, if you've looked at our socials, you'll see the pictures of the building.
Yeah.
And we met David.
Yeah.
Was there medicine. Great coffee there. So if you're in the Fort Worth, Grapevine, South Lake area around there,
South Lake.
that coffee is good at XO Express. They did a good job.
Yeah.
And of course, bought more merchandise and more books while we were in there, and a tumbler and whatever they had. You know me, I'm going to wear it and buy it
support you
if I believe in it. And so anyway, I'm still thinking of Blake busting in here looking like Bob. That was good, Blake. You got me good. That's going to be funny.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway, we got all the merch, and Dave showed us around. And while we're there, Pastor Jimmy Evans is taping the tipping point inside their studio. And their studio's like right when you walk in, they got a nice little security guard dude. Can't remember his name. He was so cool. And the young girl working the thing, and the coffee shop. And then Dave showed us around.
Which is open to the public.
Yeah, open to the public. Got a picture there where the thing says Marriage. They got a thing on the wall, like a virtual thing.
touch screen.
Yeah, that tells you the beginning. It's got
all through the history.
All the history of it, which I knew. I schooled Dave. I love you, Dave. I schooled him. He's like, you even schooled me. But because I do my research, and I've been watching it for a long time. But so then we got to go upstairs, see everybody's office, see where they do the stuff, and
the think tank.
Yeah, a think tank and different stuff. And then we got to go to the 3rd floor where Brent and them, they're going to be doing some cool stuff, and got to sign the poll of what Marriage today and XO Marriage has meant to us, which was awesome. And Kimmy got some cool pictures of it. Yeah. Kimmy's that's one of the best human beings I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about the right girl for the right job. Her husband was amazing too. Yeah, he was nice too. And
she went above and beyond, and it meant so much.
Yeah. She said something. She goes, I could tell you guys were authentic. What's the word?
Authentic.
Authentic. Yeah. It's tattooed on my hand, but I don't know. I can't really read it.
It's a tricky
I
word.
tattooed it on there so I knew what it was. But
how to spell it.
I was like A-U Craven C-R-A. No. But she went over and beyond. Dave went over and beyond. And so we come back down. I bought the hats I didn't have and one I already have. And we're sitting down, and I shoot the picture of the hats to Brent, and I'm like, I'm stepping my hat game up. He's like, oh, he's like,
sexy.
Yeah, he goes sexy. He's like, are you there? He's like, I'll be there in like 5 minutes. And he was coming in to,
take his dad to eat.
take it. They were coming in, and he came over and talked to us. And it's an awkward conversation. Not that that he made it awkward, because I'm like, I look up to the dude. I look up to Brent. I look up to Jimmy.
I don't think sometimes people know.
And it's hard, for me.
How much revere you have.
It's hard for me as a man who grew up to like, I grew up in as you take dominance when you walk in a room, and I don't care who they are, you
That's
let
what
them
your
know
dad taught you.
you're the man of this place. But Jesus in my life and trying to be a different person, I look up to people, and and so his dad's the go to marriage,
Right.
But so is Brent, because
Yeah.
Brent's a great husband.
carrying the
And
torch.
he's like the marriage mogul.
Yeah.
I call him like that. That's what, so that's what his stain is on.
Yeah.
He's like a marriage mogul, so he's going to the next level, and he's been pushing it to the next level. But it's obviously Jimmy's teaching.
Yeah.
And he said something. He said, my dad had a dream, and I think it became reality. And I agree with that. And now he's taking it to the next level, doing the thing. So, and we're
For the
behind him
younger
100%.
generation. Yeah.
Whatever we can support and be part of it, we're definitely in it. But
You going to put the links in?
yeah, the links will be in below to go on. Exo Institute, the merchandise they got, you can sign up. There's so much stuff. Just the link is going to be below for all the Exo, the website and all that stuff. So then Pastor Jimmy's still teaching, and then he comes out. He come out, Tim, and you could tell he was like, I was like, man, you were windy in there. He's like, I just recorded 2 shows. He's like, I'm tired. I was like, when I was telling him how we come down and change costumes, and I'm like, yeah, well, that's what we do too. He goes, you get tired after that? And so we talked to Brent and Jimmy for a couple seconds, just real guys, man.
Yeah.
They hugged us, and then Pastor Jimmy was like, I'm hungry. Let's go. And they left, and I
David
jumped in the back of their truck and said, no, don't leave me.
Wait for
No,
me.
just kidding.
But David, he told us, oh my gosh, the best barbecue I've ever had in my life. And you almost didn't go there because then Brent was telling us another restaurant.
Brent told us a couple of restaurants, but we went to this place and ate barbecue.
What was it? Sugar?
No,
Mexican sugar.
that was another place. I can't. Oh man, we should have wrote it down.
I
but
know.
They had what they call a Texas
Tornado.
Twinkie.
Oh,
You're my
Texas
little
Twinkie.
Texas tornado.
I don't even live in
Jahnna,
Texas.
you're my little Fort Myers windstorm. No, have you ever ate a Texas Twinkie before, Tim? Pat Gira, have you ever ate a Texas Twinkie?
No.
No. So it's a jalapeno.
A big one.
Yeah, a jalapeno stuffed with brisket
And cream cheese.
And wrapped in bacon.
Bacon.
Bro.
And put on the grill.
Oh, dude. This was the best barbecue, the way you go in through this. And Dave from Exo Marriage, he said, don't order with your eyes. He said, it goes by the pound. He said, I'm telling you, don't order. And good thing we didn't, because at first I was like, don't give me. I was like, oh, I'm telling you guys.
The fries were amazing.
It was the best
ribs were
barbecue food I ever ate.
Oh.
And so we ate there.
I'm hungry.
Then we got another Lyft driver. She was a little crazy. She
was
talked
funny,
about
though.
chilies and margaritas the whole time. She's like, I go with margarita. Give me chili margarita. And but she was scaring me the way she was driving a little bit. And then went to the mall because we couldn't go to a place if we don't go to a mall. Had to get some gear.
We just had to check it out.
Yeah. And then we went home and relaxed, and then we flew out.
Washed all the clothes, packed them up.
And flew out. But if I can say anything that I brought home, is that Exo Marriage Conference was the last Valentine's Day when they're going to have.
Yeah.
If I could ever got to go to one, that was the one to go.
That was the one.
I don't think it could have been any more perfect to getting Jimmy to meet him, Pastor Jimmy, and signing our book and just getting to be intimate with Brent. You know what I mean? Like I've watched, I want to say grow up, but marriage wise grew and watched them. And I watched all of Brent's stuff, and I got to see his office where the podcast was. Then when Pastor Jimmy Evans got done, we got to go in and see their studio. And I sent you some pictures, Tim, of the studio where he films at. It was state of the art. It was an awesome, awesome studio. So knowing that I've watched all of them videos and how they've changed my life, and just to get there and be in that building where,
it all started.
it's helping so many families and marriages and kids. And to be a part of that, it was a big deal, man.
And just to hear, I think Jimmy's story was so encouraging for us too, because so many times we're like, man, should we do this podcast? We're spending all this money just to do it, But I mean, we're doing it because we want to give people hope, right? We want people to know that, hey, you can make it.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you wonder if what your story doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, if it's beneficial to anyone.
If it does anybody get anything from this. Or, I find myself, sometimes we focus on the problem and not the joy of it, right? I focus on people, he did this 3 years ago. He did this 2 years ago. He did this 10 years ago. He did this 20 years ago.
Yeah.
He did this. And our people, there's a lot of haters. There's a lot of people that if somebody's working on something and trying to be happy, they're trying to do this or that. You know what I mean? And, there's been times I wanted to quit in the last 2-3 months.
I think it's human nature.
That I'm just like, this really ain't worth it.
Are we making a difference?
And then everybody's like, oh, but you got X amount of subscribers. And that really means nothing to me. I'm not saying I don't like people to watch it or, subscribe us, but you can have a bunch of subscribers and that don't mean your views are good. I know analytic wise how many views we have that are returner and people that really are getting something out of it. And every time I want to quit, there'll be somebody that comes through that'll say something. And I'm like, all right, man, this is why we do this.
Well, yeah, I think, and one of the biggest things that I kept hearing has been my favorite word lately is intentional.
Yeah.
Everything we do is intentional because we want to make a difference.
Yeah.
We want to show people that there's hope. And just like you said, great marriages are not born. They're made.
Yeah, they're not just found.
Yeah, if you want to make that happen, you got to put in the work for it. It's just like anything else and what's important to you, and this is important to us.
Yeah. And it's so if anything, seeing Brent Evans' next vision of XO Marriage and where it's going, you want to be a part of this. You want to get on there, you want to go to the XO Institute, you want to go to the XO website, you want to log in. If you've got daughters, you've got sons, you're having troubles with your marriage, Brent Evans' vision for the next realm of it is going to be awesome. You know what I mean? I mean, they've already done it, but
there's 2 links we got to include.
Yeah. And there's, he was saying something like, we've done this much, but we're still not seeing a dent.
Yeah.
And marriage is still on the decline. Young people don't want to get married. People have already been married. They're like, the institution of marriage is in trouble and we want to take it back. And so I believe what Brent's doing, the next thing is going to push it to the next level.
Yep.
And, not that it matters to Brent, but he's got Relentless Hope has got his back 100%,
Yep.
And XO. But that was our Texas trip. There's a lot more. We could be here all day. I feel like we were rambling a little bit, but thank you, Pastor Jimmy and Karen Evans. Thank you, Brent and the XO team and everybody. And thank you, Kimmy, for making it happen. Also, there's going to be a link in here for Eric Kennedy's Recovery Vow book.
Yes.
Where he talks about marriage after addiction. Just an awesome guy.
And he's got a podcast.
He's got a podcast called Recovery Vow. He's going to try to come down to Florida. We're going to get some dates and him be on ours too. And hopefully Brent gets down here. You got no when to hold him. I got your back, Brent. But come down and be on it too. And then we're going to go back to Texas. This isn't the
I want to take the kids.
First time.
Yeah.
Last time, I should say.
Take my grandbaby.
Yeah. All right, you guys. That was the recap of the XO conference Texas trip. A lot of fun. Got our life spoken to. Got to speak into people's life. And we're out of here. Peace.
Deuces.